Blossom Delight. Number 3, Rock and Roll Lady. Number 4, Spangled Shadow. Number 5 was in another trial, and number 6, and Fella More. Green lights on, and we're off and pacing. Coming up here on the outside was Spangled Shadow, also on the inside, Blossom Lady. So Spangled Shadow's going to make its way to lead the company now. Going in the second position was Blossom Lady. Also in the third there was Witcher Kansas. Also with Rock and Roll Lady and Fella More. Back last of all, the talent on the field. They approach in the corner now, heading in the bend start backstroke first to 2 times. And then Spangled Shadow in front, open lead all the way. In second position was Blossom Lady. Also in the third there was Witcher Kansas. Rock and Roll Lady sitting pretty comfortably back into the fourth, and back last of all is Fella More. No moves have been made yet. They're all in the near file for the 5-horse field, past that mile marker, past the Bendigo backside. Heading out the back straight now, round in the corner for the 5-horse field, and a Spangled Shadow leading the pack, setting the tempo in front. In second position was Blossom Delight, sorry. In third position was Witcher Kansas. Rock and Roll Lady in the fourth, and Fella More. Back last of all, the tail of the field. As they're making their way around that corner, heading into the front straight, they're going to get that bell for the 21.90 here for trial number 8, and then Spangled Shadow in front. Blossom Delight is in the second position behind that leader. Witcher Kansas is in throughout the pegs, also with Rock and Roll Lady, and back last of all was Fella More. No moves were made yet. They're passing the bell now. Up and over another tempo, a little bit quick enough for these paces. Control number 8. And it's Spangled Shadow leading the pack. Blossom Delight in behind that leader. Witcher Kansas, the 3-year-old. Qualified up in the qualified to wreck the pegs. Rock and Roll Lady back in the fourth. And Fella More back last of all, the talent on the field. They're approaching 800 metres now. Heading in the bend start back straight for the final time. Up and up a tempo, a little bit quick enough for these paces, and it's still Spangled Shadow in front. Getting tapped up and into second was Blossom Delight. Witcher Kansas is in direct the pegs, also with Rock and Roll Lady. Is either poised to make a move back into second last, and then Fella More back last of all, seeing them off. They're passing the 600 metres. Heading out of the back straight round the corner, it's still Spangled Shadow in front. Making a move back into second last was Rock and Roll Lady. Either hoping to follow it up in the 1-1-1s, Ellen and Fella More. As they're making the way, approaching the 400 metres. Putting his nose in front now was Rock and Roll Lady of Spangled Shadow. Rock and Roll Lady now of Spangled Shadow into second, also with Blossom Delight. And also with Fella More, back last of all was Witcher Kansas. As they're making their way around the corner now, heading in the front straight for the final time. It's still Rock and Roll Lady on the outside of Spangled Shadow. Rock and Roll Lady of Spangled Shadow. Rock and Roll Lady, Spangled Shadow on the inside. Rock and Roll Lady on the outside, 5-2 metres. Rock and Roll Lady, and Rock and Roll Lady's going to win it. Going to win it. Rock and Roll Lady did a pretty good job coming from second last in the first. Rock and Roll Lady in the first, coming in the second.